Now, something contradictory about me is I like learning as a teacher, yet I hated school. Not learning, I hated the desk, the lectures, the feeling that if you didn't get it fast enough, you were already behind. For me, learning was most fun when it looked like this.
The science guy.
Down Main Street, you're relaxed and feeling.
I will happily spend like 90 minutes watching a documentary about who made the Disney Channel sound effect, but if you put me in a classroom with a worksheet and my soul immediately tries to leave my body, somewhere along the line, learning stopped feeling like curiosity and started feeling like a performance. Get the answer right, don't ask the wrong questions, don't look stupid. And that's probably why, as an adult, I found myself learning from anime and cartoons more than I ever did from a textbook. Now, this isn't because anime is somehow secretly smarter than school, but it's because it teaches you without judging you. No grades, no pressure, and no one staring at you waiting for the right answer. Just information wrapped in characters, jokes, and story that let you learn at your own pace.
Ms. Frizzle, how far back have we come?
Oh, 67 million years, give or take a month or two.
That is edutainment, and for me, it's the reason learning finally started feeling fun again. That's where the two shows that I want to talk about come in today, because one of them taught me to understand my body without gym anxiety, and the other taught me how my body works without making me memorize a single diagram about the mitochondria. That's edutainment, at least for me. So for today's lesson, we're not talking about anime fights or power systems or the will they won't they trope. We're talking about why this way of learning actually works. Class is now in session.
Cruising on down Main Street, you're relaxed and feeling good.
For me, the gym has always been one of those places where learning felt hostile. Everyone looks like they already know what they're doing, the machines all have names that sound very fake, and I'm standing there wondering which one will finally help me touch grass. So when I first heard about how heavy are the dumbbells you lift, I expected it to be a bit of a joke, and to be fair, it is.
Flexible. To flex.
Couldn't help myself.
What? And, it does make it hard to take serious sometimes, but what surprised me is how patient this show is. Dumbbell explains things in a way that assumes you haven't touched grass in a while. Not in a judgmental way, just gently. Like it's saying, hey, it's okay, we'll start here. And it does not assume you already know the basics. It explains what muscles you're using. It shows proper form. It even tells you when to breathe, which no one ever explains until you're already dizzy. And because it's all wrapped in humor, it never feels like you're being lectured. That's the part I enjoyed the most. Following Hibiki's story of learning to exercise is just adorable and entertaining. And one of the things that makes it so great is it says that you're allowed to be confused. You're allowed to start small and just laugh at how ridiculous all this looks.
On this stage.
Dumbbells doesn't make fitness feel like a test you're failing. It makes it feel like something you're slowly figuring out. And yes, fan service is fabulous. That was the second reason I watched this show, because look at all those nice muscles. I love it. I need more muscles. But underneath the chaos, the show is doing something genuinely kind. It lowers the barrier to entry. It lets you learn about your body without feeling judged for not knowing yet. And I'm not saying this anime will turn you into a gym person like it did for me, but it can help you feel slightly more aware that your body exists. For some of us, is already a big step, because once the fear is gone, the curiosity finally has room to show up. And one of the great things is when you're not afraid of your body anymore, the next step is realizing just how much is happening inside it without you ever noticing. Because while I'm struggling to touch grass, my immune system was already running a full-time job. Cells at work is what happens when your biology textbook realizes no one was paying attention, so it puts on a shonen outfit and starts throwing hands. The premise, very simple. Your body is a city. Red blood cells are the overworked Amazon delivery drivers. White blood cells are the unhinged Batman vigilantes. And every virus is that annoying grade boss that absolutely did not read the employee handbook. And here's the best thing, is it works so well because instead of asking you to memorize these diagrams, you will forget the second the test ends. Cells at Work shows you what's actually happening inside your body. While you're busy sitting inside, not touching grass and wondering why you're tired all the time. Cells at Work not only teaches you a lot about the body, it shows you how oxygen moves. You see how infections spread. You see how the immune system responds before you even realize something is wrong. When you get a cut in this show, you learn that halets don't just exist. They panic, they coordinate, they rush in like a tiny construction crew screaming, "Gambate!" Now, I need you to understand this, students, very clearly. I would die for this adorable plankton. No hesitation. They ask me to fight a virus barehanded, I'm already rolling up my sleeves and cracking my knuckles. And what makes this show so great is after meeting all of these different parts of your body, you finally can start understanding how blood clotting works better than you did in high school. And this is where I feel that edutainment is at its strongest. You're not studying biology. You're watching the consequences of your terrible diet and not exercising. You don't need a teacher saying, "Okay, so macrophages," because you just watch one suplex bacteria through a blood vessel. And suddenly your body stops feeling like this mysterious meat machine you ignore until it breaks and starts feeling like a full-time workplace that has somehow kept you alive despite your terrible sleep schedule, diet, and relationship with instant ramen. And if you want the advanced course, there's always Cells at Work Code Black. Same concept, but your body has stress, debt, and coping mechanisms that are concerning. It's less, "Wow, my body is amazing," and more, "Oh, I should apologize to my liver." But that's the point. Cells at Work doesn't scare you into learning. Okay, maybe a little. It doesn't lecture you. It just shows you the chaos you survive every day while you're busy doom scrolling, pretending hydration is optional. Please go drink water. And somehow, you come out knowing more biology than you ever planned to. And you know what? This is why edutainment has always worked for me. Because I was never bad at learning. I was just bad at being bored. These shows didn't talk down to you. They didn't pretend learning had to be miserable, to be serious. They just said, "Hey, what if this is fun?" And anime like How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift and Cells at Work do the same thing. One taught me to understand my body without gym anxiety. The other taught me how my body works without making me memorize a single diagram. And somewhere between not touching grass and watching tiny platelets risk their life for me, I actually learned something. So yeah, anime might look ridiculous from the outside, but sometimes it's doing exactly what most teachers nowadays forget to do. Meeting you where you are and sneaking knowledge in while you're distracted. And if that's not real education, then I don't know what is. Now I'm curious, what's an anime that actually taught you something useful? And no, learning to summon a demon lord doesn't count, unless you got citations. Let me know down in the hate lab below, and with that, we will wrap up today's lesson. As always, I'm Professor Plague, class dismissed.